Hello everyone, in this video we're going to see the solution to the lead code problem interval list intersections. So in this problem we're given two lists of closed intervals and we have to find the intersection of these two interval lists. And closed interval from a to b is the set of real numbers x from a to b. So explanation is given with it being explained on the number line from 0 to 24. So example input is given as a has this list of intervals 0 to 2, 5 to 10, 13 to 23, 24 to 25, and B has a list of intervals 1 to 5, 8 to 12, 15 to 24, 25 to 26. So the output will also be a list of intervals which will be common to A and B or will be the intersection of the list of intervals of A and B. So this is a very famous interview problem. I think Clement also made a video where he conducted an interview with a college student and he used a question like this. So uh, let's forget about the list for now. Let's focus only on one interval. So suppose A has only one interval and B has only one interval. So suppose A is something like A comma B. So A comprises only of one interval and B comprises of only one interval for now. Let's forget about the list. So A will be something like this and B will be something like this. So A will be A to B will be C to D. And here A, B, C, D are not necessarily distinct. So how do we find the intersection between A and B where A and B is only having only one interval in their list? So first, what will be the case when there is no interval? So if the starting point of A, or say if the starting point of A is after the ending point of D, then there will be no interval. So I'll just write that down. So if the starting point of A is greater than D, meaning that the starting point of A, which is A, is after B has ended. Or the other case, if the starting point of B is after A. So if C is greater than B. So in this case, we'll have no intersection. So no intersection. So how is this working? So I'll just plot them in the number line. So we have A to B, and this is A, this is B. So suppose this is the number line. This is 0, and this is 0. So I have A to B, and suppose C to D is something like this. Suppose C to D is like this, meaning that C is greater than B, meaning that the starting point of B is after the ending point of A. Then there is no intersection, as you can see. So if C is greater than B, then no intersection. Or suppose that the other way around. Or suppose that A, B is something like this and C to D is something like this. So as you can see, the starting point of A is after the ending point of B. So again, you can see that in this case, there will be no intersection. So in these two cases, there will not be any intersection, and other in the else there will be an intersection for sure. So this is the case where there will be no intersection. So this is for, and how will you find the intersection? Let's just say, so else there is an intersection. So how is the intersection? Intersection will also be an interval, and that will be the maximum of, let's just say, maximum of A comma C to minimum of minimum of B comma D. So this will be the interval. So there will be two cases. There is no intersection, or if there is intersection, intersection will be like this: the maximum of the starting point to the minimum of the ending point among the two. So this is only for a single interval. So how do we do for a list of intervals? Okay, so that was for a single interval. What if there's a list of intervals? So A will have a list of intervals, something like this, and B will have a list of intervals which can be anything like this. So what the idea is that what we'll do is we'll have two pointers. We'll have int I and int j, and I will be traversing throughout A, and j will be traversing throughout B. So we'll check for the ith interval of A and jth interval of B. So two cases will be there, either the ith interval of A and jth interval of B intersect or don't intersect. So let's see what we'll do in each case. So first, how will we return the answer? So you can see that the input is a 2D array. So input will be something like A, and it will have two columns, and likewise this and this. So two columns and n number of rows, where n is the number of intervals. And we also have to return a 2D array where we'll have two columns and the number of rows which are equivalent to the number of intersecting intervals. So initially let's have an array list of integer array, and then we'll convert that later on to our integer array, which will finally return as the answer. So is equal to new array list, and yeah. So our array list will also be an array list of 2D of a array of integer, and each array of integer will have two elements. So our array list will be the first element in our array list will be this, then we'll add on this, then we'll add on this. So our array list will be nothing but an array list of intervals. So yeah, so let's get back to the logic. So we'll have two pointers I and j. Initially both will be 0, and I will traverse through A and j will traverse through B. So we'll just write that down. While I is less than A dot length, and j is less than B dot length, and let's give some space in there. Okay, so like I said, there will be two cases, whether it's intersecting or it's not intersecting. So suppose it's not intersecting. So like I just explained, there will be two cases, and that will be if a of I of 1, meaning that the endpoint of A is lesser than B of j of 0, meaning j's starting point, or else if the other way around, B of j of 1, the endpoint of B is less than the starting point of 0. So in both of these cases, there won't be any intersection. So if A of phi of 1 is less than B of j of 0, so this means that A is ending before. So when A is ending before, I'll increment it. And when J is ending before, we'll increment J. And then we'll move on to, and we'll look at the next pair of intervals. So right now we don't have any intersection, so we just increment a pointer, and we increment the one pointer which is ending before, ending earlier. So these are the two cases. In both of these cases, intersection is not there. So in this else part, intersection is there. So first we'll calculate the intersection. So intersection will have two elements. The intersection of interval will have two elements: the start point of the intersection and the end point of the intersection. So like I said, and start point will be, let's just write it down. First we'll collect our interval in a array, and let's call it p new int, and it will have size 2. 0, p of 0 will be the start point, p of 1 will be the end point. So p of 0 will be max of the start point of both of the intervals of a and b. So of a of I of 0 and b of j of 0, and its endpoint will be the minimum of the endpoints of a and b's intervals. So a of I of 1, which is the endpoint of a, and b of j of 1, which is the endpoint of b. And then we'll simply add that to our answer. So this is the p is the interval which is common. Now two things will happen. So let's just take an example how it's working. So we have 0 to 5, 10. I'll just copy this. So we have this for a. Oops, I think I copied it. So we have this for a, and we have this for b. So I'll just explain once how it's working. Yeah, so we have I and j both as 0. So we 0 to 2 and 1 to 5, we see if there's intersection or not. So obviously there is intersection, as you can see, and so we take the maximum of the starting point, which is 1, and the minimum of ending point, that is 2. So we get 1 to 2 as our array p, and we add that to our array list, and you can see 1 to 2 is the first interval which is common. Yeah. Now after finding that there's an intersection and taking that intersection into our array list, now what do? Now we check which one is ending before. So you see that A's interval is ending at 2 and B's interval is ending at 5. So A is ending before, so we increment the pointer of A. Why is that? Because there can still be intersection between the first interval of B, so we increment the pointer of A. So we check which one is ending before and we increment this pointer. So it will be something like if a of I of 1, meaning that it is less than b of I of 1, b of j of 1. I made this mistake before. So if a of I of 1 is less than b of j of 1, then I is ending before, so I plus plus, and else if a of I of, or let's say b of j of 1 is less than a of I of 1, meaning that this is ending before. So in that case, j plus plus. Else, so these are the cases that A is ending before and B is ending before. But there is one more case. What if they're ending at the same position? Suppose it was 0 to 2 and it was 1 to 2. So if both are ending at the same time, then there's nothing to do. We'll simply increment both of our pointers and start again from the next interval. So I plus plus and j plus plus. And let's remove all this extra stuff. So what we did is we checked if there's intersection or not. If there's no intersection, then whichever is ending first, we increment that pointer. And if there's any intersection, then we take the intersection. Then again, which one is ending before, we increment its pointer. So after we get out of our loop, our array list will have the list of intervals. But we don't want array list, we want a 2D array. So we'll have a 2D array and it will have the size of array list, so ar dot size, and it will have 2 as its column size because the start point and end point. And we'll just copy from our array list. So for I is equal to 0, I less than ar dot size, I plus plus, and a of 0, that is the starting point. Oh, a of I of 0, my bad, a of I of 0, starting point of ith interval will be ar dot get of I, it's 0, and a of I of 1 will be the ending point of ith interval, so it will be a of get of ar dot get of I of 1. So now our 2D array is having the list of intervals which are common, or say intersection. So we can just simply return our a, and that's it. So again what we did was we had 2 pointers, I and j. I will be used to traverse through a, j will be used to traverse through b, and we checked ith interval of a and jth interval of b. If they did not intersect, then whichever ended first, we incremented its counter, and if they did intersect, then we took the intersection, and again we did the same thing, whichever ended first, we incremented its pointer. And that's it. And this is a while loop. Okay, I think I took this before. I'll just copy it out. This should be out of the while loop. Yeah. So let's try to run it. Okay, so we're getting the expected answer. So let's submit it. And it got accepted. We can see the runtime here. And the runtime is 3 ms, which beats 76%, so it's not that bad. So that's all. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you.